Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got my book in front of me, The Art of Mental Health, Drawing My Way Through Depression and Anxiety. This is a book that I published last year, and the ladies were wanting me to start a new series where I would read out a chapter once a week and eventually get through the whole entire book. The aim of this series is just to, break that taboo about mental health, that we're allowed to think and feel the way we do, and we're allowed to express the way we think and feel. And also, I hope it's an encouragement. This book shares what I went through, my experiences of depression and anxiety, but it also shares how I overcame it, how God helped me through it, and all the tools and lessons and insights I learned that can still be applied today. So even though I don't struggle with depression or anxiety anymore, everyone struggles and everyone deals with pain and hardships and trials and challenges. So all of these tools, I still use to this day and always will take them into the rest of my life. So my aim for this series, I hope that it's encouraging. I guess it's the same as this book. The aim of this series is the same as the book. I hope that it's encouraging. I hope it lets you not feel alone if you are struggling or suffering in any way, because that's the point of this as well, is even if you don't have depression and anxiety, we all go through struggles. It's just a human reality of life. And it's not about avoiding struggles. It's about responding well to them, and rather than dealing with them in a destructive, unhealthy way, learning to respond in a healthy and helpful way, not a way that harms us. And so, let me just kind of give you a look at the book. So basically let me go back to the start. So in 2015 and 2016, I went through depression and anxiety, and it was it was a very dark time. It was a very, very dark time, a very dark place, and it was totally new to me. It was very confusing. I went to see a doctor and a psychologist, and pretty much those 2 years, the only books I read were about other people's journeys through depression and anxiety, and it was a very interesting time. But what happened was I wasn't able to express myself for the first year. I felt too much shame, and I never told anyone what I was going through, about how much pain I was feeling, and I suffered in silence for so long. But eventually it got to a point where I was like, I just need to do something, because I can't keep living like this. If I keep going on like this, then I won't exist anymore. So that's when I finally stepped out, saw a doctor, and was referred to a psychologist. And from there, it was just like, a weight off my shoulders, like, oh, I can talk about this, and it's okay to talk about this. And then I was able to talk about it to friends and family and strangers, and then eventually I shared it on my channel, and I was blown away by how many people connected with my story and my experiences. And I shared my artwork. So basically in 2015-16, because I couldn't tell anyone what I was going through, my only method of expressing myself and trying to come to terms with what I was going through was through drawing. So I used a set of Prismacolor pencils and drew my thoughts, my feelings, and all the things that I learned. And I shared these on my channel, and people would just email me and message me and say, wow, when I saw that drawing it made me feel understood, or when I saw that drawing it made me feel like there was some hope for me, or just these messages were so overwhelming for me. And some people were even saying, do you have a book with all your drawings? And I said, no, I don't. But so many people were after one that I thought, well, let's do it, let's go for it. And this is the result, this is the book. And I've kind of organized it in chronological order, loosely, so it tracks my journey from start to finish, and everything I thought and felt, and everything I learned, and how I got through it through God's help. And so let me just share the first I don't know, do I keep this an intro or do I go straight in? But the idea is that I will share one drawing per video, and we'll get all the way through the end of the book. And yeah, just really hope that it's encouraging to you and helpful, and helps you to know you're not alone, and that you can talk about it, and that it's safe to think and feel the way you do, and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's just go straight in. Maybe I'll just do the introduction for this first video. So this is my intro. Dear reader, I used to think people who struggled with mental illness should just get over it. That was until I went through depression and anxiety in 2015 and 2016. Now that I've been to that deep, dark place, I take mental health seriously. Those 2 years were the most confusing and painful years of my life, but I'm thankful for them because they gave me a new perspective and greater compassion for those who struggle. For the first year I struggled with depression and anxiety, I didn't tell anyone what I was going through. I felt too much shame and I was afraid of judgment. As a lifelong journaler, I tried writing about what I was going through, but I had no words. My box of Prismacolor pencils gave me a way to express myself by putting my thoughts and feelings into pictures. The pictures gave me words. They gave me a language to understand what I was going through, and later a way to communicate this with others. When I started showing people my drawings, I was amazed that so many connected with them and the stories behind them. People often told me how the drawings spoke to them, and they opened up and shared their own stories of depression and anxiety. Some people even told me I needed to put my art together in a book because they believed it would help people, including themselves. Here is that book. Excuse me. Each drawing captures a snapshot of my journey. Some drawings express what I thought and felt. Others communicate a lesson or insight I learned along the way. If you struggle with depression or anxiety, I hope the drawings comfort you and help you feel understood. If you've never struggled with depression or anxiety, I hope the drawings help you understand what it's like. I also hope that anyone who reads this book is encouraged as fellow humans who go through struggles and experience pain. Because regardless of age, race, gender, religion, personality, income, or status, we all go through struggles and experience pain. Often we share the same struggles, yet we can feel alone in our pain because we're too afraid or ashamed to talk about it. I wrote this book because now I know there is no shame in struggling, including in the area of mental health, and I don't want anyone to suffer in silence. The shame and silence needlessly adds to the struggling and the suffering, so I'm all for talking openly about mental health and sharing our struggles. I hope this book encourages you that it's okay to struggle, and it's okay to express yourself and communicate what you're going through. You are not alone. And so if you feel open and willing, feel free in the comments to share your story, because other people might read your comment and you just never know who's reading it and who might be helped by what you have to say, whether they go, oh, someone else feels like I do, or someone else is like me. The more we talk about this, the more people won't feel alone, the more people will feel safe enough and vulnerable to be able to talk about it themselves. If you want to message me, if you don't feel comfortable doing it in a public way, if you want to message me or email me, my contact information is down below in the description box. If you just feel like you want to share your story, you never shared it before, I'm not going to judge or anything. I've been there, I know what it's like. Yeah, just do whatever you need to do. If you need to seek help, go seek help. I know how horrifyingly, terrifyingly afraid I was to tell someone, but it was the best thing for me to see a doctor, to see a psychologist, to tell my friends, to just share this stuff. It was like a big weight lifted off my shoulders, and I hope you experience that for yourself by opening up to safe people in a safe place, and know that you're not alone. You're not alone at all. So don't keep it quiet. Please don't keep it quiet. That's the main thing. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're into this series, if you're excited for this series, or any thoughts. I hope it's super encouraging. In the next video I will share this picture. Let me know how often you do want it. Do you want it once a week, or do you want it a bit more regularly than once a week? I don't know. We were originally thinking, the ladies were suggesting having like a regular day, like every Friday it would be the mental health video with this book, a chapter from this book, or every Tuesday or whatever. But let me know what you think. Happy to work with you. And oh, I should also mention this book, it's sold out. All the physical copies have sold out, but if you would like a PDF version, an ebook version, which looks exactly like this, the book was printed from this exact PDF that I would send to you. The PDF is $10, and all you need to do is email me and let me know if you want to order it, and I can get back to you with PayPal information, or if you're in Australia, direct deposit details. But yeah, $10 for the ebook. Quite a few of you have already bought the ebook, so thank you so much for that, and thank you to everyone who bought one of the physical copies, and thank you to everyone who even just helped make this book possible. You guys are absolutely amazing. I get messages from people who have read it and saying how much it helps them, and that I hope you feel some ownership in that too, knowing that you've had a part in that. So anyway, getting into a long video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!